that we're just doing a roundtable because really we found the roundtables, much like advisory meetings and things, are really more beneficial to what we really do. Is the networking part, and that was something that was day one when I was introduced to trends in 1997, 98, somewhere in there. You got anything to add, Curtis?
No, I'm looking at the Megatech website. It's been a while since I've been on there. Forgot what all is on there.
I figured, well, since I'm the one that's got my ugly mug up here for us, I'm representing from the visual aspect. Oh, wait. Sorry, Curtis. Don't mean to insult you, but I'll be our visual for the automotive guys, huh?
You can be the face. That's fine.
All right. Well, we're going to kind of give guys a few minutes to jump in here and see what's going on.
Now, Chris, what have you seen other schools doing for, especially the whole pandemic, online, hybrid online? What have you seen other automotive programs doing?
So, I come from a little different space. Like I said, I represent 25 different companies product-wise, but my heavy hitters, the guys behind me, Amatrol, they have an online e-learning, which a lot of colleges have for their advanced manufacturing. But what I notice is the people that already had that have been using it in other programs, and automotive is one of them, because there's a full online AC/DC trainer, virtual trainer, for instance, is part of that. So relay control, a lot of the fundamental stuff that you've got to get to in the automotive programs, they've been glomping on because the college was already paying for that subscription kind of thing. Otherwise, it's been a lot of hybrid. It's been difficult. But frankly, I've been working a lot with the high school programs and not as much with, like I said, that's why I'm here to meet you guys today. I know Claude just because, Macomb and Oakland Community College I'm at all the times, but there's a lot of room out there for improvement still. How about yourself? What have you been doing?
We've been doing, right now we're full in person.
Yeah.
Pandemic hit, we converted to a hybrid. Excuse me, I'm fighting a chest cold. But right now we're back to full in person, until other notice, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what we're doing is next semester will be full in person, limited numbers for social distancing, still doing a little bit of a blend of a hybrid, but it have 1 day a week for sure with all of our classes that were in person with social distancing based on space, which our space is an issue.
Yeah. Oh, you're kind of a compressed room. Where you out of, Larry? Sorry, we don't know you guys, so.
Well, I suppose we ought to put up there. I'm from Kalamazoo Valley Community College.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm on the opposite side of the state from Curtis.
Okay. Where's Curtis? Curtis, where are you at?
Macomb.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When you said Macomb, it's like, hey, well, how come you don't know Curtis?
Yeah,
well, you go there for the machining, I'm sure, automation and such.
Yeah,
our building.
Yeah, like I said, I need to wander down the hall. I mean, I used to be in RS&T building. Of course, you guys are over there at M, so I need to go down the hall, especially now that they moved the other campus. So Curtis, pleased to make your acquaintance. We need to talk.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I've been here 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Alex Hobson, where are you out of? What do you do?
He's my counterpart on the West.
Oh, okay.
So he's your guy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So he's the automotive wing he's the Megatech guy.
Yes, as well as Amatrol and 25 other lines.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, welcome. Nice to meet you. So, you heard who Curtis and I am.
Yeah.
So, the other
Yes,
guy
nice to meet you as
talking
well.
about, yeah, thank you. The other guy talking about Brian Murray. He is the coordinator at our college now for automotive. So he's the head guy. I did what Curtis did as well. As I jumped onto the Megatech website and I saw a lot of familiar pictures of some things that we have recently gotten through either A-Tech trainers or through oh geez, I hate this. This is part about getting old. Simple words you forget.
Council Lab.
Yeah. Yeah. Console Lab. We've gotten a couple of like the steering suspension trainer, ABS and brake trainer. Those are a couple from Console Lab that we've gotten. But there again, if you don't know that like Megatech coming up in, when I used Megatech, it was the little boards, the breadboards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We're putting we just put a whole bunch of engines into the prisons, so they're really getting into the diesel technology right now. So
well, and that's the thing is we do have a diesel fuels class.
Mm-hmm.
And I say a fuels class is because the way our program's structured, if you take an engine overhaul or engine mechanical class, I mean, we cover the diesel engine itself, but then the fuels class is really designed on how all of this works. And then what do you do on normal service, like not injectors, head gaskets and injectors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We do have some engines on stands. We do have a couple diesel pickup trucks. We have a cruise diesel and a Golf Volkswagen diesel. So with our program and how the class works, and because of COVID, we had to try to get as many individual vehicles because students couldn't work together. So,
they've got a lot of car cutaways, hybrid stuff now. It's worth looking at their, I've been impressed with how much they've rolled out.
Yeah. I just, like I said, I'll go back to that site after when I can really look at it. But I just looked at the home page. Is like, whoa, wait, this isn't the Megatech that I used to know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because the product line is new to us as distributors. They wanted to get better penetration and somebody to meet you guys face to face, right? So that's so they just brought us on. So admittedly, we're a little slow and stupid when it comes to some of their stuff, but we'll get you to where you need to go and the right people to talk to you. So
yeah, well, I appreciate that, and when you use the word slow and stupid, it's just like there's so much in trying to connect is the different areas, like our machine tool and automation and stuff that we have. I'm not. I'll be a little bit better to myself. I'm less informed.
There we go.
But I at least know who to direct and talk to. So
exactly. Yeah, we have some 12. Yeah. We got some 1,200 products in our line, so we're.
Yeah, I've heard your name and such throughout the years at Valley, because our tech wing, there's a lot more condensed. Maybe I was going to say before I retire, I'm hoping that we'll actually have a competitive automotive building or wing on the campus. At least it's gotten to the stage that we're going to be approaching the state to get approval to even move forward with it.
So, nice. Well, they got the money right now.
Well, right now, yeah. All right. And Claude, if you're listening in, dude, I muted you, but you should be able to unmute yourself, I think.
Yep.
So, all right.
Hey, Chris, where's Megatech based out of?
East Coast.
Okay. Is there a way? I'm just asking because I'm looking at your product line real quick. Looks similar to Council Lab, kind of similar to ATAC, different but same.
Yeah, they partner strongly with ATAC, yes.
Okay. Is there a way, like ATAC used to? I was going to go down there before the COVID thing hits. You can go down there for a day or two and actually go through all the product line. Is there a way you can do something like that with?
There is. I'll be happy to. Who's speaking? Is this?
This is Curtis.
That's Curtis. Yeah.
Oh, it looked like you were muted. Sorry, Curtis. Yeah. Actually, it's funny. I just got off a conference call with them 2 weeks ago, and basically they said they can't arrange that stuff, and I would love to go. So we might have to wear biohazard suits to get in, but depending on what week it is. But yeah, that is totally possible.
If time you spend that kind of money, you got to see it first.
Oh, absolutely. I know your dean, Tim, he'll sign off on a lot of stuff, but he wants you to sign your blood first. So.
Oh, we bought some Council Lab trainer boards, electrical ones.
Yeah.
They're good, but once I'm working with them, somebody else ordered them, but they have a 3-prong relay. Well, no one uses 3-prong relay in automotive. It kind of kills the whole board. So I kind of like to see them first and make sure, they're workable.
Yep, certainly. Be happy. Yeah, I'll be back to you. Like I said, I'll be on campus tomorrow.
Oh, you get Curtis, you work on Fridays?
They have Fridays off, so they typically are catching up on that.
Well, that's our day is like Fridays are a catch-up day. So.
Yeah. You get them in the morning, you take them to lunch. Actually, I'll be at Trends tomorrow, but we'll find each other, Curtis.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. That's true. Yeah. I'm texting Brian to find out if he's going to join us or if he's decided, huh?
He's here.
Oh, there he is. I just noticed I was down at my phone and there he is. All right. Let me add him in. I'll let him do an introduction. Mr. Murray.
Yeah, you there?
Yep. Are you there?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm here. I'm teaching a class right now, so I'm just sort of going to kind of keep an eye on things, and I won't be too involved, but I'm in the middle of class. So.
Right. I figured you were. You want to just do a real quick introduction?
Sure. I'm Brian Murray. I'm department chair of automotive at Kalamazoo Valley Community College. In my last year of the tenure process, and I don't know, happy to be here.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
He and Ted Forrester, our new lab manager, last 2 years, I think now. They're the next generation, is the old guys in the program are calling them the next generation. So thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
So he'll just kind of listen in and such, much like probably what Claude's doing. Yeah, Brian's finishing up one of his last classes for the semester, for this half of the semester. And then he'll jump into another one. Unless I've got his class schedule backwards. He might be in an engine on-car service, but either way. He's teaching, just like Claude. I'm fortunate enough to have Thursdays off this semester.
How'd that happen? That's always the heavy day.
Well, I'm not sure if all of you are religious guys, but they say God works in mysterious ways. I needed a lighter schedule this semester because my wife had some heart surgery.
Oh, heaven. Okay.
And I needed to be more available. And so with this hybrid format that we're doing, I actually have only 4 classes this year, where a year ago I had 8.
Wow.
So yeah. That's why I said God works in mysterious ways.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it's the same thing with enrollment, with limited numbers, and students are still, Corona just really turned automotive and all of the technical training programs that didn't do much online upside down. So,
Yep.
but we're bullheaded. We move forward. At least that's what I've been told. I'm bullheaded. So. And that's true. But I have been blessed to be at Kalamazoo Valley for 24 years, and then great guys like Brian and Doug and all the guys that have come on to our program and started as part-time instructors, and Brian then turning into a full-time instructor, and then turning into the chair. So, all right. So Curtis and I were kind of wanting to just find out more from schools of what they're doing as in terms of the hybrid training versus, also books and trainers, and, kind of get caught up. And that's what we typically do in our roundtable session, because, there's so many different programs out there that are trying different things. So like the opening speakers stuff with using a HoloLens is like, yeah, that's cool, but I think that'll be an awesome thing when it can come to light for certain training. So you got to get your hands dirty.
Yeah, we're using it now with industrial safety. It's more like slip and fall and confined space, but it's some pretty solid training. So I'm excited to see it. Like I said, when they can have me take apart an engine and
Right. Oh yeah. Well,
know all the little tricks to getting those clamps and things off and be able to see it.
Exactly. I mean, right now we're having to do, with the GoPros and setting up our own, and which obviously technology has allowed that. So,
takes a lot of time though. That's the problem, right?
yes. And so that VR kind of aspect would be, you're setting it up, but you're not having to set the cameras up. You're just going to do your thing and present it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like it that way. All right. I know that Claude and Brian are teaching, and Brian does do our hybrid and advanced propulsion class. And Curtis, you have that as well, is your hybrid class and electric vehicle training class. I'm sure, I know Claude has a section in that too. But we weren't sure of the turnout. There's a couple of automotive guys that normally are here that actually never even got the word that Trends was actually happening. That was, I kind of think of a couple of that are actually from the host school that didn't even know from their school that they had it available.
Yeah, it's a little rough this year. Yeah.
It is. And I think is Curtis and I have talked about this. A lot of people are zoomed out.
Yep.
But so that was kind of the whole premise on this. So we have two sections or sessions of roundtable, and Curtis and I were thinking that depending on how this section or session goes, we may not even have the next one, because it's like, you talk out in the first one, why continue? So Chris and Alex, it's very interesting to hear about another company, ATEC and Console Lab and so on, comparable out there.
Yeah, and
because-
we've been in Michigan working with your, like Macomb. We've had presence in there for 20 years. So it's, like I said, I sit in with the deans typically. Like I said, they're beating me downstream. So Curtis's name's been on my list here for a little bit, since we signed the product line. But we're in other areas. I mean, I don't know, Alex, does Kalamazoo have a site license, or are they buying seats for e-learning?
So Larry, I actually work with Greg and Tom.
Okay. Yep.
Greg and Tom in your electronics department, and they have access to Amatrol's e-learning, but on the pneumatics hydraulic side.
Okay. Yep.
So they don't have the site license. They're currently buying it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, and Macomb has an unlimited license for the e-learning, meaning I can show you something you can start using tomorrow online, Curtis, that doesn't cost you anything. Your students can have free access to it. So it's a complete multimedia driven with interactive virtual trainers for a lot of the things, like I said, like AC/DC and relays. And you'll find pieces of fits your program pretty nice, and you'll find a lot of it doesn't. You're not going to be teaching renewable energy, but there's over 3,000 hours of content, which is, Amatrol has found, just like you do when you try to set up your own classes, it takes 200 hours of input to get 1 hour of output on their online multimedia stuff. So, it's just crazy the amount of work that they put into it. But it's, like I said, that's already paid for. So I like to start off with something free, right?
Yeah, it fits the budget easier.
Yeah.
That's got the price tag's good on that one.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, and frankly, the people like Don Hutchinson, the dean, he wants this to be widespread use through the college and not just in one little corner. When everybody, Amatrol has full CNC, which is part of their library. I mean, Haas and Fanuc controllers. I mean, it's all, like I said, 1 million hours of stuff. It feels like it's only 3,000, but that's a lot of hours, But the Megatech, like I said, I've been impressed because, their problem is like everybody else, just getting delivery on some things has been problematic because you order a diesel engine right now, it takes, 9 months to get it delivered because supply chain issues. But the prisons, like I said, have been moving ahead with their programs. And it's when I got my first real hands-on experience with their bigger stuff. And it's knockout. So I love your idea, Curtis, of going to the factory, because I could see organizing a small trip of a few schools for that. That'd be well worth our time.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be great to do.
And Alex, are you our rep in the Kalamazoo area then, or for Amatrol and Megatech and such? Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
All right, because when Chris was talking about machine tool and Haas and all that, I mean, our machine tool program's got quite a bit going on with that as well, and there's a lot of things. So but it all boils down to budget and trying to figure out what's going to work best, what fits in. So it's when I heard that you mentioned about Greg and Tom using it in electrical. I know talking with Tom a couple nights this past week, actually, that he was talking about, what they've been doing, and it seems to be working out pretty well. So.
Absolutely. And they're very, just as like a selling point for your college, they are very close to the number of seats in the e-learning where it makes sense to do the site license. So if there was another 2 instructors that each got, 10 or 15 seats each, it would make more financial sense for the college to do the site license, and then everybody can use it versus just 2 or 3 instructors.
Okay. Well, I'll keep I'll make a note of that and share it with, as Brian has got his ears on possibly and so on. But I'll share that with him, and if he doesn't already know about it too. So,
Yeah, we do online demos, another online Zoom, right? But we do those every week. I mean, something you can get a good flavor for in half an hour kind of thing.
Yeah, the thing that we're using in automotive right now is Electude for the online training. And there again, the pandemic, companies were out there, giving free access initially. And Electude is something that Curtis and I have known about for many years. Curtis has used it for many years. So that's what we're using at this present time. But other things that help our students learn the best, that's what we're gonna look for. But it is all that whole financial piece. So,
yeah. Larry, have you noticed any of those ESSER funds they keep talking about that was supposed to be like 7.3 billion given to the state of Michigan? Have any of them come to your college, or, I know there's been CARES Act stuff.
Yes, the CARES Act I'm familiar with. The rest of it I don't, but
Okay.
that only because, well, pardon the pun, but I'm the old guy.
Yeah.
So like I'm, oh yeah, we'll let Larry know when we see him. But that's not an intentional thing. It's just that I do know about the CARES Act. That's how we got some of the things that we did.
Yep.
But the other funds, I'm not 100% sure of. And Tracy, who is helping run the conference, she's our dean at this point at Kalamazoo Valley. So I know that whatever funds are available, the college is trying to access or has already gotten
Yep.
pieces of it. So, but thank you. Right now is take advantage of what you guys everyone can get. So
Absolutely.
our college, I'm sure like many have provided free education for the frontliners and the people that are, were there through the whole beginning, and other programs too. So we have multiple campuses. We have a health and culinary, a downtown campus, and then we have another downtown campus that does graphic arts and animation and those kind of things. Then Texas Township, where our auto program's at, and where electrical and everybody is, all the occupational outside of the health and any of the animation is all at the Texas Township. We do have a Groves campus that does wind technology academies and things of that nature. So we're spread out a little bit. We're growing. And hopefully that with all of the things that come into play, that we'll eventually get that space that's desperately needed so that we can be a more effective program within our community, more than what we do. Everything in our program has wheels on it. Just put it that way.
Like everybody. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. So the bricks and mortar is always the big thing. Curtis.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
What do we got that we want to? Because I know that we still have some time, but I just want to make sure that I'm not the only one. Blah 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 blah.
If I start talking, I might start coughing too. But I think the big thing is going to be, especially automotive. What's the future going to be like? Past pandemic. Like you mentioned, Electude. We use Electude right now, but now full face to face. I'm kind of thinking next year when we had CARES Act buy a bunch of vouchers. That's what we use our CARES Act for. The students got free access to elective. But in a year from now, when all that runs out, are we still going to use it? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's not a bad price, $100 for a year. There's a lot of information there, but students only want to do so much. It's a real tough decision.
When are you having an advisory soon, Curtis?
We had one a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's that time of year. Like I said, every day I'm on one, but I'll have to sit in on one when you do your spring. Yeah.
Yeah, talk to Tim Pulowski and get on the
Yeah.
email.
I'm on his HVAC, so why not, right?
Right next door.
It is, exactly.
At least you're in the right building.
I am in the right building. I know I've worked with Mr. Nelson quite a bit too over things,
Oh, okay, well, the CAP building? The CAP?
Yeah, exactly. We just put automotive subjects. And we do with him, we have a Quanzer's, one of our product lines. They do a driving car, autonomous vehicle lab. It's basically an indoor car lab. It's a 1/8 scale we're talking to them about right now. But, it deals with that whole car and communications and all that. That's eventually got to cross over to you guys, right? Because all these cars are getting a little smarter. So.
Yeah, and that's going to be the next big issue. We keep talking about, instead of talking about cybersecurity, well, is that the automotive side repair? Is that going to be its own little section,
Yeah, I would think about viruses, injected into a chip that affect all the car communications. It's a scary world. So, yeah, we're all, like you said, Larry was saying, we're all going to have to become super experts on more fields down the road here. So,
yeah, or it might find its own little, pathway.
yeah,
Think of kind of like auto repair and auto body are kind of separate. There might be like a third avenue for something like that. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yep. Tech can only do so much.
Right. And that's kind of where, at least at Valley, our IT program, the CIS I shouldn't say IT, computer information systems, they are, talking with us as far as, hey, what about cybersecurity on your automotive, but they're the experts in teaching it, so in computer systems, but then we're the experts on the automotive side. So it's a blending kind of thing. But absolutely, Chris, like you said, get a bad set of chips, then all of a sudden you got runaway cars, and it's like, people are holding their hands away from the steering wheel going like, that's not me.
Yeah. Can you imagine? It's like,
Yeah, and I don't want to, thanks. But the autonomous vehicles and stuff, we already know how much is being used out there.
Mm-hmm.
And the heart and soul of an actual technician, I ask my students all the time, I said, what do you guys think about this autonomous things and such? And they said, don't like it. I want control of my own vehicle. And the hard part about it is, like, I don't disagree, but if you're going to look at this as a career, you're going to have to be a little bit more open-minded. So.
Yeah, it's like you said, there's going to be another strand there that just handles the IT. I came out of the computer industry. I spent 25 years out there, and it's, things have progressed at an astronomical rate from when I left the industry in '96, and
oh yeah.
But like you said, just the fact that two vehicles talk to each other means they all have their own address, and when things have addresses, that means you can mail them bad things, right? So,
yeah.
So it's, yeah. And, they're talking like, cars talking to parking instructors and knowing exactly, grabs your car and puts you in a slot or directs you to a slot because it's smart enough, which, we all hate the circling that parking deck for 5 hours, looking for that supposed spot that's out there. But,
Right.
Things will be better. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch that. So like I said, not there's enough now just with all the sensors on the vehicles. I've lost track of how many are on there. You know, Larry, what is it, like 1,500 or something stupid?
Yeah, I'll keep up with the something stupid number.
Yeah,
I don't even want to wing it, but yes, there is an unbelievable amount.
Yep.
And with the vehicles being a rolling network themselves, and then networks talking to networks, like you said, is the availability of the technologies there. But the problem is that when the technology fails or gets corrupt, and this is really old, but cars can get electronically scrapped, where we would think that a scrap vehicle is when the engine and transmission would quit.
Yeah.
This will be when the network crashes and all the modules are infected, and there's going to be that bridge, at least I would think, between, okay, they're all infected. Is there someone in the computer background have a way to go in and root that virus out and bring everybody back to life? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I have no idea. It's above my head, and I hate to kind of say it, but I won't be a practicing instructor, most likely, except for in a part-time status, when we move that far forward.
Yeah.
Or else I'll be dead, one of the two.
You're not that old looking, Larry.
I'm 60.
Oh, I'm older than you, man. So.
Well, and the idea was I was going to push to 67, but with my own personal health things and the wife's, it's like, you also got to think about those things as well. So
Yep, day by day. Yep.
Absolutely. So when I am not effective anymore as an instructor, I always, this is kind of a really sad joke or poor joke, but I say to my students, I said, there's a dumpster out back. That's where I need to go. And then somebody else come in my place. They can do a better job. So consciously, we have to always think about that as an instructor and as a trainer and so on.
Yep.
So cool.
So what do you think? Are we going to do another one, Larry, the session 2 later?
I'm thinking with what we have right now, and I think Curtis will agree, I don't think so.
Okay.
I just don't think it's going to be worth rehashing.
Yep.
Just a little background.
I think what would be a good idea is that, I'm writing down names, is that, at least we can somehow communicate, and Alex can bring in your company because he's already on our campus, and then I'll write down Peter and Brian and Claude. I mean, Brian and Claude, that's not all these emails, addresses, will be able to do that, and that's one of the best ways to communicate too. So
yeah, and we're one of the exhibitors, so we actually have an expo room here if anybody wants to pop by. I'm glad to see you guys. And my email's up there. Peter, I saw you come in. It's good to see you again. Dean from Monroe.
Yeah, nice to see you, Chris.
Yeah.
I just send you an email also.
Okay.
To connect people areas. So I'm going to try to get you on the advisory for Marty's program.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And then I have needs in the auto area. I'm in touch with Curtis too, because I've been working with him for some time.
Okay.
We have a couple of personnel needs.
Yeah. Be happy.
And things like that.
Well, I owe you lunch anyway, so.
No problem.
And it's really hard for Brian and Claude because they're in class. So, I mean, I think that, Brian, I can reach out to him. Curtis, I think we just need to kind of reach out to Claude and let him know what we're thinking too, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, just give Chris and Alex a little background. Normally, especially when we're on grounds, live, usually average about 15 to 20 instructors. Even last year, the virtual one, we had about 8 to 10.
Yeah.
I think me and Larry kind of talked. I think everybody just kind of zoomed out, done virtual
Yep.
meetings. In fact, last minute when they decided to go back to virtual on this one, I almost like, really?
Yeah, we were really hoping to see you guys in person again this year. It's at least next year is up in Traverse, so that's going to be always a good time up there. So, yeah.
No, I think I love this one, Chris. This is fantastic. This is how it should be. And I think Claude is teaching. I can go out and drink water, talk to my admin, do a classroom observation while you guys talk, come back
Yeah,
and do this. We can do 24 hours.
yeah. I feel like I do.
But
Which
now
is awesome.
I think Peter's talking from a dean's aspect, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that means
No,
24/7,
what-
365, right?
Yeah, but what good does the dean do unless we have people like you, Curtis and Larry, yourself? I mean, you make
Yeah,
the
no,
college.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
I
I
mean,
agree. I agree.
deans
And
basically paper pushers, right? I mean, purchase orders, this, that, tell you what to do, not to do, and you're gonna say, hey, get out of my way, you're interfering. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I try to do, is to get out of the way and say, guys, you're doing what you're doing. What can I do to help you? So that's my attitude.
and from my perspective, Peter, thank you, because that's what it takes a team to make everything work.
Yeah.
And I the zoomed out aspect is the technology allows like Brian and Claude to have a class going, but listen with an earphone and one ear while they're teaching, and then as long as it doesn't distract them from what they're doing, they can at least kind of, hey, I heard something, but what was it? Let me get back to those guys.
No, I
So,
mean,
Yeah.
if I'm visiting Chris and his factory, I have in fact done the Amatrol factory in. I think you were in Kentucky or somewhere, Chris.
Yeah, right down north of Louisville. Yep.
Yeah, I visited with the gentleman who had the Mercedes vehicle. I can't remember his name, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, geez, they all drive Mercedes. Are you kidding me?
No, he was from Wisconsin. He drove me down there. But anyway, visiting those factories, I think you have to do in person. But Larry, I think the automotive one and some of the things hands-on that you are showing, obviously we have to be there. But believe me, we have a lot of meetings that can be the talk. You know what I'm saying?
oh,
We could
exactly.
accomplish the administrators rather than put huge hotel bills and flight bills and all that. We could accomplish this and get things done. But I agree with you guys. If you have to do a demo in your shop, or if you want to take us down to your shop and say, this is something that we are doing, or Chris's shop, I agree. We need to be there in person.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, as the expression would be, is exactly. This provides us a format to have a meeting but multitask at the same time.
Correct.
But the hands-on, like going to the factory. And so, like, sounds like a good summertime thing for the automotive guys. That's usually what we've been trying. Curtis and I have been trying to do something with colleges and getting us like, hey, let's go visit these guys this summer. But it all comes down to family schedules and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of the conferences that are out there with NACAT and Visions, and those kind of conferences that are excellent. And we got to make time for those too.
Mm-hmm.
The nice thing about meeting live in person, you're there. Here, Brian's in class, Claude's in class, they're not participating. They're here, but they're not here. Kind of like a student. So, Larry like that one. But nice thing about,
yeah, I get it. I get it.
But nice thing about being at the conference, there's not just the sessions, they'll get off to the side, talking to people live, it's just you're there and that's what you're focused on versus, I don't know, I'm pretty much virtual meetings done. You know, do as little as possible. Even our IDD an option going in person or virtual. And I live about 45 minutes away. I drove down. I went live. I'm tired of the virtual stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
But I can also see Peter's point too, Curtis. But yeah, it's kind of like we've been overwhelmed since Corona hit with this. And it's like, you know, you need that healthy balance of the Zoom and live stuff. If that makes any sense.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that you hit it on the head. We need a balance because you guys are in your classroom teaching students, having all the fun, interacting with young people, learning. For us, it is, you know, just giving you my perspective or the dean's perspective. It really becomes a drag because I am in between you and upper administration. They are saying, well, why is he not having students in class? Why is he having this? How has he been in class? And you know, why is he not up to date with the curriculum? And HLC is coming, and you have to do assessment. And I'm trying to hold you together in your and giving you support and do what I have, do what you need to do. At the same time, I got to interact with upper administration, and you know what I'm saying. A lot of the things which you guys say, why am I doing this paperwork, is something which goes through me, and
Right.
hopefully I'm communicating. Hopefully I'm getting across to you saying yes, it's a necessary evil.
I understand completely, and you know, and there's it like again, it takes everybody working together, and if the deans are working with the upper administration and they're working with the faculty, and they are able to keep that harmony, so to speak, so that the upper administration says, you know, how come we're putting all this money in that direction when I don't see any net benefit? And you know, your job, Peter, is to say, well, yeah, here's the net benefit. So, yeah. Curtis, what are you thinking, man? Anything else? I mean, that we want to try to talk. I know that we were talking about books and things, but
yeah, I thought having a
Chris,
good turnout.
yeah,
It's kind of
I'm
difficult.
glad that Chris jumped out. Yeah. I'm sorry I talked over you, buddy.
No, thought having a good turnout. You know, you already discussed some of the stuff. You know, some of the topics me and Larry's going to talk about, like electric vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how much of the curriculum are they going to take over in the future? You know, talk to other instructors and how much of the online stuff going to keep for the future, since, you know, most schools going back to traditional. And that's what our students like. You know, most of our students do not like blended online. They like being in the classroom. Just like me and Larry talked about the meeting right here. You know, if you're in person, you're there. Online, it's a little tougher for our students to comprehend. Some like it, but most of them don't.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, they do.
I think there's other sessions we could attend to, and just put this one on hold. Then, you know.
I agree, Curtis, and what I'll do on our behalf is I'll pop in at the opening of all of our sessions. Just, I mean, they say in the instructions, if the person hosting isn't there, then find something else. Or we can always just use that rule as well. But you and I can discuss this part.
Yeah, I might be able to get a hold of the IT company putting this thing on, Motor something or other.
Yep.
They might be able just to delete them too, you know, cancel them for us.
Well, I'll get a hold of the support. I got an email and the phone number. I wrote it down earlier, so I can just give them a call. I'll actually call them, so I think it'll be faster.
Yeah, I think it would be too.
All right.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
If you're interested, we have a conference normally twice a year. We're only going to do one this year. It's called Samada. Well, it used to be called Samada. Now it's called MATA.
Yeah.
It's Michigan Automotive Teachers Association.
Okay.
And it's basically, traditionally in the fall, we host it out down in Macomb.
Okay.
That's why it's called Samada, Southeast Michigan Automotive Teachers Association. It's been around for like 25 years. This year, we decided to do the one. It's going to be in the springtime.
Okay.
It's going to be up in Big Rapids, up at Ferris.
Yeah.
Normally, the fall attendance and Larry probably back up in this, but you average usually over 100 instructors, high school and college.
Minimally. Yeah.
Yeah. Spring, about the same. Being up Big Rapids, I think before COVID hit, we were over 80.
Yeah.
The last time we went through that fairs was, we looked talking just for COVID hits, and like 3 days before the conference starts, we had to cancel it because of COVID.
Yeah.
But this will be the first conference back to. So
shoot me dates. We'd love to be there. We have the spring show for the high school CTE programs, which is at the tail end of January. I think that we always go to. But yeah, I'd love to be there. Like I said, it's getting to know what you guys do and how you do it is that's the way. Face to face is the way to do it. We think our opinion is it'll probably all be face to face by then. So
there's going to be a face to face conference.
Yeah,
and it's actually probably we don't have a date yet. Ben's working on it. It's going to be during their spring break. He's thinking. I think it's going to be in March. Should have a date hopefully by the next couple of weeks. But I'll send you email over to and I'll copy on you over to Ben Upham. He's over at Big Rapids, Fair State University. And he's kind of organizing this one. I'm going to help him quite a bit. Something to think about is really focus on the the automotive stuff. It's going to be all automotive instructors.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, I just sent you my info email, and yeah, we'll stay in touch. Sounds good. And I'll see you soon. Like I said, I'll set up a date to find you.
Sounds good.
So Curtis, can you send me that information too? I'll try to see who I can send from here.
Yeah, there should be a lot more of them. Hopefully, will be.
And I was holding out because I was like, no.
I'm like the next conference, guys.
Yep, I'm heading out from here.
Chris, thank you for joining us. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, pleasure.
So Larry, send me an information on your contact too. That'd be great.
Good.
All right.
Good.
All right.
Guys,
Yeah,
take
and
care.
then we'll take care of that. And Curtis, thank you, buddy. Hey, there's Claude.
We get 1 minute of Claude.
Hey,
We say, man.
Hey,
doing pretty good. Just in class, so we're taking a break real quick.
yeah. So Claude, this is all recorded, but we're not going to have any more auto roundtables for the conference or for today, because hey, you're busy. Brian is teaching class too, so. I'm going to go ahead and call Motown Digital and have them, cancel those sections so that, when you have time, there's other things you can look at on the conference. So, yeah.
I'm going to send you the Megatech catalog, Cloud.
Yeah, Megatech. You ever hear of that company before, Claude?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, looked at their stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
the
well,
newer stuff that's like the ATEC trainers and stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I'm now your rep, Claude. I know you're disappointed to hear that, but
we've got all console lab training aids and things like that.
Yeah, and my history with Megatech is way old. So when I clicked on the website, it's like, they got a lot of stuff. All right.
Yeah, it's changed from when I first looked at them, years ago back in the 2000s. Now they've changed a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. All right. Well, I'll find you soon anyways, Claude. I got to be on campus. Jim keeps calling me. So.
Well, Claude, thanks and I appreciate you, trying to squeeze in, the double, triple duty thing.
Yeah,
and that's what Brian Murray's doing the same thing at our college today. So, I'm going to go ahead and just, that's what we're going to do with automotive is just everybody's got things to do and there's more stuff in the conference that might be more helpful too. So.
Yep.
I'll be available all day tomorrow, jumping in on the conference. So
that's kind of what I was going to. Yeah, what I was going to do because we're not going to have any automotives. Like, well, I'll see what we've got going on and jumping in some different things as well. So
I'm going to be in training next week. I'm going to have a sub. So I'm like, well, I can't let them have a sub twice.
No,
that's not fair. So
no, it's
We're
not.
headed for training.
I'm going to be down in North Carolina at Wayne Community College.
Oh, what's down there?
I'm going to be doing the NC3 torque training, version 2 for tech angle and things like that.
Oh, that's cool. How's that NC3 thing going?
It's going good. We've we offer over 26 certifications in automotive, college-wide. We've got our HVAC, welding, collision, soon to be machining guys going to be getting involved with it also.
Can you hear me?
Claude, in automotive, do you have the measuring systems that you with the NC3? Are you doing it with the Snap-on measuring system
Yep.
stuff? Okay.
Yeah, we have. I'll cover some of my fundamentals class.
Mhm.
My engine guy and drivetrain people, they'll finish up the certifications in those class. In that box, there's 6 different certifications offered.
Yeah, and our machine tool guy has got into those, and I was hoping that maybe we could have gotten some for our automotive out of some of the CARES Act, but there was other things that were more important. But I don't want to let that one drop because I think that's important too with the measurement stuff.
It is. We do we'll do scope and scanner. We'll do multimeter. We do the full torque, where it's torque theory, torque mechanical, torque electrical, and then I'm going to be doing tech angle with it. And then we also have battery starting charging, wheel service, which is tire changer, balancer, alignment, the PMI. We'll do shop key, pro cut rotor matching.
Okay.
The aligner, do you got the John Bean lining system?
Yes.
How do you like it?
It has its quirks.
Yeah. Is yours the Karate Kid?
No.
Okay, we got the Karate Kid, the arms go up and down.
Yeah. Ours, the
I
arms
call
will
it
go up and
Karate
down.
Kid, you got the arms go up and down like he's doing that move.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. No, ours, no, ours is just it's a tower that goes up and down, not like the other ones.
Okay. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's different. It's not a hunter.
And we do our certification on the Pro 42, which that goes pretty nice. It's real customizable. I did some of the training on that V3300 John Beam. That was kind of interesting. The thing that's up and coming now is ADAS. I don't know if you guys get into that, get into programming that or teaching that.
Yeah, we're starting to get into a little bit. I do got an ADAS machine. I got the Bosch, but I have nothing to hook it up to. I have no cars, but
Yeah, that's
well, because most domestics are dynamic calibration. I drive them down the
Yep.
road, and that's most of our fleet. So I'm gonna try put in a Perkins, get a newer. I'm thinking a Toyota Camry or a Toyota Prius. Then we got a newer hybrid and have one with all the ADAS so they use the machine on it.
yeah, that's where we're looking at that too.
Yeah, Snap-on was coming up with a new system, and they have a system. They come up with a new one, and I don't know. Snap-on lately just hasn't been Snap-on. You know what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah,
I think other companies are surpassing them. I think Snap-on's living off the name a little bit, and kind of. I'm hearing that from the field too, quite a bit.
yeah. What I figure is, once you make it to the top, everybody's gunning for you, and then eventually they're going to pass you. And
Yeah.
I see that kind of happening in some things, which, kind of sucks, but then it's going to go the other way too. Snap-on will make a leapfrog over them and kind of goes back and forth.
Exactly.
I did some training with Snap-on down in Arkansas for the ADAS. That was a whole different world there, man. And the requirements to be able to do it in a shop, I don't see most shops doing that because you got to have dedicated space for it because the way the systems work and the cameras on the cars work and all that. So I think there are going to be a lot of them that are going to the dynamic driving and things like that. But
Actually, I was talking to a couple of manufacturers, OEM side,
yeah,
and they said the opposite. It's going to go more
they're going the
static.
opposite.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, be more dynamic, but it sounds like, and they could be wrong, it's going to go more static calibration.
Oh, wow.
And
Well, there is issues with the dynamic and, as far as weather related stuff, whether it's night, you got snow or ice on the road. Do you have a road with good lines on it, mailboxes on the side type of thing? Minimal cross traffic, things like that, because it all affects it. And, for a lot of places, they don't have that. And then you got to go out and drive it. That can take anywhere from 2 hours, 30 minutes to 2 hours.
that's almost like Burroughs can do an OBD2 drive cycle.
Yeah, exactly.
Downtown New York can never get it done. I mean,
yeah, yep. And then that's it exactly. And then but on the flip side, the space and the targets you need, you can't have anything in the bay because it could be reflective, and that'll set them off. And so I don't know what's going to happen.
yeah, I think it's. I was kind of concerned at first because I got a grant for this ADAS system, and I was looking at them pretty hard. And a lot of companies are just coming out with them. And Bosch just came out with theirs. Hunter went with Bosch. They weren't going with Snap-on. They were going with Bosch. Snap-on's come up with a new system. They have a system out before. They just come out with a brand new system recently. So I'm not sure which system you were under. You went to school with the old system and the new system.
Yeah.
Alltel's about the longest and actually one of the most expensive. And I want to stay away from Alltel's old China stuff. That's just me, try to stay somewhat local. And other companies had them too, but remember Steve Zach, the Bosch trainer?
Yep.
I knew Steve for a long time. I actually called him and said, hey, he retired out of OTC/Bosch. And he was working on this system. I asked him how good is it? He goes, it's a good system. So I trusted him. I got to sat on some of the training for the Bosch one. It looks like a nice little system.
Yeah, I did did his training before, and that was really good. But the amount of technology is ridiculous. I was talking with an independent repair shop. They had to do a windshield in a Subaru, and they ended up putting, I think, 3 windshields. And what they found out, the third one, they had to go with an OEM. It's that eyesight system. And the aftermarket glass they were putting in, it was good glass and everything, but the reflective properties, the camera picked up on it, and it was programmed to the factory glass.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of that.
And it's, things are getting real touchy now.
Yeah. I was kind of concerned when I ordered it. Luckily, we went through a grant, but it's going to be like the old Sun MC, the old Sun, Big Sun diagnostic machines, When the service station first came out, the old MCAs going to be just a big wall piece, but we'll see what happens. I think it's going to stick around for a while.
Oh, yeah. And with the systems coming into the cars, with the radar, lane departure warning, blind spot, all that kind of stuff, it's becoming more and more. And it's going up into the truck world too. And, you got to have it all programmed. If you're in an accident or you touch something, some want you to do it when you do an alignment. Some will ask you to do a pre and post scan on it, some program in it, and it all goes back to liability. And if you don't, you get codes and weird stuff, and and then you got to have the techs trained to do it. Well, that's a big issue.
I'm hearing a lot of liability issues too. People getting nervous about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you talk about liability from the educated standpoint. I bet at least in our point, our risk management at the college, liable wise, even training a student or whatever, or maybe we do a repair on a vehicle with the ADAS system. and everything's reset, I'm sure that they're going to figure just a catchphrase that does not hold a college liable. But yeah, you're right. Out in the real world, this could be liability big time.
Yeah, definitely. Larry, you're out in Kalamazoo, aren't you?
Yeah.
We're gonna be out there December 3rd, I think.
What you doing there December 3rd?
Going out for a tour. They're looking at my dean, Jolene Chapman. She wants us to go out and see how you guys do. I think it's micro credentials and then open enrollment, drop in, things like that, for students or something.
Okay. Well, if you're out, you've got, you can reach out with an email. Just let me, remind me. And then, on the 3rd, when you're there, if you got a moment, well, you will. We won't blow you away with our curb appeal, but at least you can see, what we've got and how we're doing it and that kind of thing. So yeah, touch base if you got time while you're there.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd like to see it, see what you got going on, things like that. So the stuff they're looking at, I don't know how much it's going to apply to me, but
right,
I'll get there.
Yeah, well, obviously, if they're bringing you along, they want to, they're trying to maybe plant a bug in your ear about it.
I think so.
Yeah, we've done the whole talk about open enrollment stuff over the years, and it's tough.
Yeah, and especially for us. There's
the sequence. You got to have a certain sequence. You can't just drop in here and drop back out and drop back in. So
yeah, I don't know how it's going to work for us now. Other things maybe, but I'm not sure. So
I look forward to
let you go here.
This way.
All right. My class just came back in. So
all right. Well, I've already officially canceled the rest of the Automotive Roundtable stuff.
Okay.
While you and Curtis were talking, I got on my phone and called them.
Okay.
So, Curtis, we're all set, buddy.
Sounds good then.
So I'll be jumping in the other stuff, later in the day, and things like that, and all day tomorrow. So.
All right. Well,
it's
good to see your face, buddy. And
good to see you.
We'll catch up again another time. Curtis,
all right. Thank you
very much. Brian, if you still got your ears on, I want to close this one down. So,
sounds good.
All right. So,
be safe out there.
All right, bail. Yep, you too, Curtis, and feel better. Everybody bail, and we'll be good.